What is up, ladies and gentlemen? The name is International Stacker, and I'm coming to you live from a secret location somewhere in America. And in front of me, I literally have $111,000 worth of silver. Now, that's just at the spot price. So that's just at the spot price of, I just did it for $39, even though it's more than that right now. But that's not counting premiums. That's not counting any of that stuff. So this is, again, over $111,000 worth of silver. I forget the exact, it's nearly 3,000 ounces. I forget exactly what it is. But also, in my hands, I have over 2.4 million Iraqi dinar. And I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of a story about how this stuff could save you and this stuff can kill you, can ruin your life, cannot preserve your buying power. So a acquaintance of mine got 2.4 million Iraqi dinar about 10 years ago. And with that dinar, the thought was back then, it could have worked. It could have worked. I'll give him that. But the thought was as Iraq rebuilt and the government kind of settled and society returned to normal, that you could get rich off this stuff. There's literally commercials everywhere. There's literally people putting hundreds of thousands of dollars into this stuff. And 10 years ago, this person invested over $2,000 in 2.4 million Iraqi dinar. And today, this is now worth, drum roll, this is now worth about $1,400. And I helped them. I found a service online that's going to pay them $1,400 for this. So they're going to take the $1,400 minus the $600 plus they lost and put it into this stuff. Had they in 2010 spent $2,000 in silver, they would be sitting pretty right now. But now they are at an unfortunate deficit. And again, this is over 2.4 million Iraqi dinar. This silver you can see here, average spot price or average price per ounce I've paid over the years. And this is not my full stack. This is about half of my full stack, give or take. About $18 and 18 cents is where I'm at right now, my average cost per ounce. At today's price, this is worth over $111,000, and that's just at the spot price. That's not including premium, and I mean Johnson Matthey, Engelhard, Johnson Matthey, Royal Canadian Mint, NTR, Engelhard, Pyramid, Johnson Matthey, Scottsdale Silver, Premium Scottsdale Silver. Look at all these 91 Kookaburras, Lunar, Germania Mint, Royal British Mint, a bunch of Niue Island, a bunch of other stuff, China, Johnson Matthey. Look at these. Did you guys know that they make legal tender coin bars? All kinds of premium silver, poured silver, Queen's Beast. Look at these Queen's Beast griffins. Whatever that thing was called, I forget. A couple lions, the bull. An unsealed tube of onzas. So from the 1980s. Unsealed, or sealed, mint sealed. We got Fiji iguanas and the Surdy locks. We got ancient Japanese silver. This is the lost maple leaf hoard. I got all this at spot, and a metal detector just found it out in the desert. Metal detectoring. We got here, I forget the exact number. This is like 800 walkers. We've got, I think it was a few thousand quarters. Look how deep this is. We've got like 6,000 dimes or something stupid. Look at that. We got some golden cufflinks. Look at this is how it comes from the mint in China. Look at these 80% Canadian dollars. We've got, these are all Morgan silver dollars. There's like 300 of them. Look at this one, I got gold. I think it's 360 Morgan dollars there. I think it's 274 peace dollars. And all this to show you that this cost me an average, I'm going to do a complete audit soon, of about $18.17 per troy ounce. And at today's price, 39, we're headed to 40, folks. This is worth over 111,000 US dollars. So again, my acquaintance that invested over $2,000 in this paper currency back in 2010, Iraqi dinar, over 2.4 million, they have lost $600 in that time. Whereas I started stacking in about 2016, and I have more than doubled my investment. Now, part of that is keeping up with inflation. I get that. Part of that is. But I believe we're entering a time where the true potential of silver, there's never been a stronger industrial demand for silver. We've been running a silver deficit for the last 4, 5, 6 years, maybe more. There's more silver being used than it coming out of the ground. Guys, we are on the precipice of something amazing. And if you've been stacking and preparing, smash that like button. Let me know. Let me know in the comments what you're doing. Are you a stacker? Are you not? Where are you at? What are you doing? What are your plans? Because we are right now in the futures. I think we're at 39, like 60. Guys, we're blowing through 40 probably this week. Probably hit 50. Then we're going to have a pullback. People are going to freak out. People from 2011, the last time it ran, they bought at the high, are going to try to get out. But once we pass 50, I think it's off to the races. And the question I'm going to ask you is, what are you going to trust? This stuff? This over 2.4 million Iraqi dinars that have lost $600 in the last 10 years, so more than 25%, or this stuff, which literally has more than doubled? I don't know. I'm excited, guys. Are you excited? Are you ready for what's about to come? And it's nice to be vindicated, because for years and years and years, I've had in the comments, you should have put it in the stock market. You should have done this. What dumb. Silver and gold are antiquated. It doesn't mean anything. You're a fool. It is so nice to finally be proven right. And guys and gals, this is just the beginning. If you correct for inflation from the 1980s, run up in silver from the Hunt brothers, it's over $200 an ounce. If you correct for 2011, when we hit, what, 49.50, that is over 70 of today's dollars. So even when we break 50, that's the nominal high. That's not the true all-time high. Gold has made multiple all-time highs. The gold to silver ratio has been super high. Now it's time for silver to shine. Am I off base? Am I crazy? Let me know. We're going to jump into a Q&A. If you want to see something up close, let me know, and I'll grab it and show it to you on camera. And I'm going to answer all your questions, whatever you have. And in the meantime, I'm going to show off some of these 100-ouncers. Our analysts have silver over 75 by end of year, says the Silver Chronicles. That is amazing. You guys, do you love 100-ounce? Do you love 100-ounce silver bars? We got Pyramid 100-ounce bar. We got these Johnson Matthey. I love these the best. I imagine like a pirate ship. We got a couple kilos here. I want to see Mrs. IS up close. No, Jimmy, that is the one thing I will not show you up close. 28 Baby Shark saying, if you have $360, would you buy 1 10th-ounce gold or 8 or 9 ounces of silver? 28 Baby Shark, what do you have right now? Do you have gold? How much silver do you have? Let me know a little bit more information. I can tell you what I would do. I started stacking February 2025. It was $33.29 or something an ounce. So I'm still in it at 40 an ounce. That is awesome, Big Green Stacker. Stack it to the sky. But my number one lesson I learned on my top 5 stacking mistakes is always buy the deals. Let the deals dictate your buys. Because guess what? I got this for spot. I got this for close to spot. I got these for close to spot. I got a lot of the stuff at killer deals because I let the deals dictate my buys. And sometimes bars are going to be cheaper. Sometimes vintage is going to be cheaper, like right now. Sometimes 90% is going to be cheaper. Sometimes this government bullion is going to be cheaper. And sometimes even this poured silver is going to be cheaper. And you just got to be ready to pounce. Recently, I was at the Fun Coin Show. I got this for $375. What a bargain. That would have been under spot now. No gold and only 70 ounces of silver. Honestly, 28 Baby Shark, I would run for 100 ounce, if it was me, I'm not a financial advisor, I'd run for 100 ounces of silver. Once you get 100 ounces of silver, maybe get a 1/10 ounce, right? Something like that. That's another thing I covered in my top 5 mistakes in stacking. I wish like every 100 ounces of silver, I'd added a little bit more gold. Buy silver and wait for the gold to silver ratio to go down and trade silver for gold is my strategy. I'm second guessing selling any more silver with the way it's going up. Yeah, I mean, I would be too, Chris. I would be too. Maybe you shouldn't sell more silver. I think it's about to go hammer. And again, I love looking at the gold to silver ratio. When it's higher, I'm buying silver. When it's lower, I'm buying gold. And I have a video out there somewhere that shows over 20 years, if you start with a certain amount and you switch back and forth, you don't have to get the highs or the lows. You will end up with far more gold than if you bought it to begin with. And even now, if like at 1 to 100, you trade for silver, and then it drops even to 50 to 1 or 60 to 1, you trade it back to gold, you're going to have a significant larger amount of gold than if you just bought the 1 ounce. I'm at 1.5 ounces of gold and almost 300 ounces of silver. Paying that is mega. You guys, if you have 10 ounces of silver or more, you have more than 99% of the world's population. That is insane. I have a hard stop. I won't dip below 700 ounces of silver. Chris, was I supposed to buy silver off you? I'm supposed to maybe buy silver off somebody. I think that was you. If you don't want to sell it, if you want to hold it, no hard feelings. I mean, I'm not selling anything right now. I'll tell you that much. Let's see here. Great Scott saying, I'm trading gold for silver. Gold, the emperor wears no clothes. That is right. Sublime Mad Dog is saying, are you stacking copper pennies? IS, look, I'm not going out and seeking copper pennies except for one example. So am I checking every penny I get and keeping the copper ones? Yes. But recently I did, in full transparency, I bought this 5 rolls, 250 coins, mixed wheat cents, but this is not for an investment. This is for a present for a rat stacker because she's working on the penny book, okay? Otherwise, no, I'm not stacking copper pennies unless I can get them for a penny. Then I will keep them. And if someone came to me and said, I'll sell you $1,000 in copper pennies for $1,000, I would do that. I would buy that because you're immediately 3xing your money, if not more, depending with copper. And with the tariffs with copper, with the executive order, copper's gone ham. Jimmy saying, I hear you, Texas racing. Unfortunately, I had to sell the vast majority of my stack for an emergency personal reason, so I understand. But that's why we have it. Yeah, don't feel bad if you have to sell your stack for an emergency, unforeseen circumstances. Is it ideal? No, but that's why it's there, right? So for me, I stack for to pass on to the next generation. That's my goal, to pass on dynastic wealth. But guess what? That means if I have an emergency, I'm protected. If I need more money for retirement, I'm protected. I'm protected for many different scenarios because that's my #1 goal. And Texas Racing is saying that he agrees totally with Jimmy. You're 100% right. Hopefully drops again at some point so we can get back into it. You guys, it's not too late to get in silver and gold in my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor, but that's my opinion. Chris is saying, I never sell it. However, I have a plan where half the stack can pay a lot of things, pay off a lot of things. Yeah. I added 60 ounces of government silver coins for $34 each and a platinum eagle for $1,120 this past April. This is me smiling. That's awesome, half dollar. Half dollar, I think there's some weakness coming into the platinum market. Look at the charts, dig deeper in that. Might be a good opportunity for you to take profits with the platinum and then buy back in later if you're really hardcore on platinum. Still the stacker saying the only thing I'm selling are my own hand pours and some crystal. He's talking about crystal silver, guys, nothing illegal. But that's just to be able to buy more silver to refine, though. And you guys, I did get Stilly Stacker, some of his crystals. When I'm back home and doing my normal Sunday live streams, I will be showing that off. I'm about 30 ounces maybe, mostly constitutional. Good luck in that is amazing. You have more than 90% of the world's population. The mechanic's saying that they have 360 ounces of silver and the next stop is 400. I love having those goals and breaking those. And after 400, then it's 500. After 500, 1,000. You got that. 50% tariff on copper, 30% tariff on silver should tell you what's important, says Great Scott. And Great Scott, thank you for being a channel member. I really appreciate to all the channel members in the chat. Texas Racing, it helps the channel a lot, helps me do what I do and give back to you guys. Jimmy's saying basically I had to start over again, but I'm slowly getting my stack into it. And like I just said, only buying the deals and cheap silver. That is right. That's what I love to hear. Jeff Tooley Tiger Thomas in the house. What is up, Jeffy? And he said, hey, IS, that table looks overloaded. How about leaving some silver in the market for the rest of it? I'm trying to be like the Hunt brothers, guys. I'm trying to corner the market. What's up? I finally made it, says USA Silver. What is up, USA Silver? We got AKA 47 in the house. We got Knox Stacker in the house. We got Paul Fab saying my goal will never be complete with stacking. Yeah, I thought my goal would be 5,000 ounces, guys, and now I want 10. I mean, what can you say? Kurt Florida saying palladium and platinum are essential parts of refining gasoline. Palladium lasts longer in the process. It should be more expensive than platinum. You guys, my unpopular opinion on palladium, platinum, and rhodium is their number one use is in catalytic converters of cars. The more we switch to electric vehicles, the less demand. I am not bullish long-term on any three of those metals because of that reason. The majority demand on all those metals is for that. There'll still be demand, but if all of a sudden you lose half the demand, or even if it was 25% demand, that's going to affect the prices. So I'm not bullish on those three metals long-term. However, short-term, I do think there's money to be made. Great Scott dropping the member notification. International Stacker has been telling y'all for some time now, listen up. This is what he does. He buys silver and knows things. Thank you, Great Scott, and thank you again for being a channel member. Chris, Concert Corner, saying platinum and palladium are red-headed stepchildren to precious metals. Some say that. Silver and Cigars is saying, what was with the dinar in the thumbnail? So I told a little story at the beginning of the video. You have to watch it back, but essentially, I have an acquaintance that have invested a little over $2,000 in 2.4 million Iraqi dinar. I invested in this $18.18 average price per ounce. Since then, he has lost over $600, nearly $700 in value, trusting in paper, and I have more than doubled it. And this is now worth over $111,000. This is not my full stack, but it's a decent part of it. So that's what that's about. Hey, Rockzilla in the house. What's up, Rockzilla? Good to see you. Hey, Maple Leaf Numismatics. Good to see you, too. Isn't rhodium considered a rare earth? It could be. It could be. And there are other uses for palladium, rhodium, and platinum. My point is a major market share of the demand is catalytic converters, okay? So that's what makes me worry about that. Could I be wrong? Sure, but I feel pretty strong about it. My goal is 100 ounces of silver, but it's getting harder to hit that goal financially. Baby Shark, that's a great goal. And guess what? Even one silver dime at a time. You guys, when I started out, I was literally buying a few silver dimes at a time. And then I started making sacrifices. Do I really need that pizza? Because at the time, like, I could get a $20 pizza or I could get an American Silver Eagle. So I just started like spending everything on metals. Like literally I was hardcore. I was checking the spot price every day. I was going YOLO. I was going ham on it. And then I got a better job. And then I got a better job. And then I started doing side hustles and then getting more and more paper currency and turning into this stuff. And then it all just kind of snowballed to where I'm at today. Even one silver dime at a time can build a tower. And you know, so I've run into people say, I can't buy silver. I don't have enough money. You can literally recycle enough cans to get a couple silver dimes a week, a couple silver quarters. And even that, even if you do that every week or month or year, it adds up quickly and it's crazy. Thank you everybody for making this live stream. Please smash like, helps it to get out to more people. And Chris's concert corner saying that's a big ass snowball. It is, but I was willing to do what others weren't willing to do to get this stuff. I literally contracted and lived in the Middle East in Saudi Arabia for close to 10 years to get this stuff. So while people were in America reading the Sunday paper, you know, seeing the new movies, I was in the desert with my head down, hustle, focus, and that's how I got to where I'm at today. Nothing was handed to me. I didn't inherit any of this. This was all from my blood, sweat, and tears. Since I started stacking, I think the first silver I bought was 2015. That's how I did this. Yo, Sorcerer Stan, what's up? Great Scott shouting you out. What is up? AKA 47. Been doing the same thing for 3 years. It's crazy, still going hard. Pay yourself first on payday. Yes. I search boxes, says good luck. And you guys, I found a decent amount of 90 and 40% silver coin roll hunting. I love making money by spending money, buying shiny stuff, says Great Scott. And you guys, this is the cool hobby that becomes worth more as you go. You don't lose money. And guess what? I've done many flips along the way. Like I bought the palladium proof from the US Mint. That was maybe 5 years ago now, 4 years ago. I don't know how long ago that was. And I made more than $1,000 on it. So my entire career, I've been looking for numismatic coins or semi-numismatic coins or rare gold and silver that I could get a good deal, flip it, and make my stack grow itself. If you can get stuff that you can resell and make a profit on, your stack can literally grow itself. And the bigger it gets and the more value it becomes, the easier that is to get done. So look for opportunities to flip. I searched $half rolls in college, even thought I could just buy a couple at a time. That is awesome, Sorcerer Stan. Good luck in saying, wow, 2015, nice, yeah. And you know what? I look back now and I'm like, why didn't I buy more silver in the 13s, 14s, and 15s? But I have a buddy that was stacking silver when it was $4 and $5 an ounce. And he says the same thing. And guess what? There's going to be people that started now saying, I remember when I could buy this silver in the 40s. I think all of us in the near future, not too distant future, could be like, remember when you could get silver under 50? And then I think there's going to be a segment of the population being like, remember when silver was under 100? I say all this to say is everyone wishes they were in earlier and everyone wishes they bought more. But what matters is now to form a goal and to stay laser focused on how to achieve that. And again, not putting your trust in something that's literally going to inflate away. Again, this is over 2.4 million Iraqi dinar. And for the person that made the investment in this stuff, they've lost probably 30% in the total fiat currency or paper currency they spent on it, where stuff like this goes up every year. Now, if you're in it for the short term, you could lose on gold and silver. Over the short term, it can be sketchy because they're volatile metals, especially silver. But over the long term, if you look at the chart of the US dollar over the long term, that's lost more than 99% of its buying power. And if you look at the long-term silver and the long-term gold chart, it's obvious. You don't have to be a rocket scientist or a data scientist to know that. So that is why I put my blood, sweat, and tears locked up in this stuff. We got Domestic Stacker in the house. What's up?
Your food, sir.
Thank you, Domestic. She's my sister. She's my sister. Do not tell Mrs. IS. Do not tell Mrs. IS that I'm hanging out with another stacker. That is my sister, Domestic Stacker. I'm very excited to meet you, IS. I'm excited to meet you too, guys. I'm going to meet Chris's Concert Corner when I'm driving through Oklahoma in about a week. We got Dan G in the house. Great Scott saying US dollar has lost 11% since January. And get this. So since the US dollar has come out, it's lost 99% of its buying power. So we have less than 1% left. And of that 1%, that is the new 100%, it's lost 11% of that just since January. That is absolutely insane. Oh, you guys, we got the Lug in the house. The Lug, I just edited your video. You guys, the Lug is an amazing coin shop owner. I did an interview with him at the Fun Coin Show. I literally just edited that video. He's literally gave me some gold to give to you. So make sure to watch out for the Lug video when it drops. And in that video, he shows me a coin worth probably something like $100,000. So that video is coming soon. Check out the Lug. You guys, he's awesome. I love the Lug. I hope that's really you, the Lug. I think that's the Lug. But if that's the real Lug, he's amazing. But yeah, guys, so again, my acquaintance put his trust in this stuff, 2.4 million Iraqi dinars, lost more than 30%. I put my trust in this stuff, physical gold and silver. Average cost per ounce, probably $18.17 or 18 cents. And today, this right here alone is worth over $111,000 at just the spot price. Not talking premium, zero premium, just the spot price. And do you think I'm thinking about selling? No, I'm only just starting. Robert F. said, in a grid down, hit the fan scenario, is platinum as barterable as silver and gold? I'm a prepper stacker, not collector. I currently have 0 ounces of platinum. Thoughts though, please? Robert H., in my personal opinion, no. Gold is going to be the most recognizable, the easiest to barter, but gold gets expensive, especially with the price going up. So if you're a prepper, best thing you can do is get silver dimes. It's fractional. These right now are worth about $2.60 at the current spot price. And you could get the dimes like these, because most people know like 1964 and before is 90%, but you could get these Mercury dimes right now for the same price. And this is like easily recognizable for people who don't know about the date. So if you want a barterability for prepping, I would say dimes. And I think this is like 4,000 or 5,000 dimes right here. It's crazy. It's a crazy amount. It's a crazy amount. So that's my opinion. That's all I got to say about that. Zephil, what's up, man? Saying, so that table is not the GA for users with names starting with X, International Stacker? I'm sorry, it's not. I'm sorry, this is not the Mega GA. And you guys, I've done multiple Mega GAs in the past, so make sure you turn on notifications. I've literally given away at least two, maybe 3 kilo bars of silver. This one kid, Johnny was his name. After he won a kilo, he changed his name to Johnny Woodbridge. And in my Mega GAs, not only did I give away a kilo, I give away over 100 ounces of silver and some gold. I'm planning a new Mega GA. I'm not guaranteeing I'm gonna give away another kilo with the price action, but it's gonna be Mega. You guys are gonna love it, so make sure the notifications are turned on so you don't miss that. Everyone, welcome to this live stream. Please smash the like button, it helps me a lot. Also too, I had a heater of a video I put out yesterday with the coin guy. It's got over 11,000 views in the first day, so it was the coin guy, did an interview with him, so make sure to check out that video, super popular. I think you guys, if you're watching this live stream, you're gonna absolutely love it. And Free King Awesome is saying, silver and gold will make you say, it's not sold, but it will be cold when you get old. Love that, Free King. Lawrence Cosmo saying, you made me a billionaire. That's right, I have made multiple billionaires because I usually, a lot of times, will give away billions of dollars from Zimbabwe. Yeah, good looking. I've given away 2 or 3 kilos as first prize prizes. I've given away one of these, 20-ounce Scottsdale. I've given away a lot of stuff on this channel. It's not called the Mega GA for nothing. Banks and the Gov will want platinum super finite. Interesting. Maybe. Let's see what else you're saying. First time here, well, welcome MKP Stack and welcome and all the new subscribers to the channel. Welcome. Thank you for subscribing. And please, anytime you see one of my videos, you hit the like button, leave a comment below. It helps the algorithm get it out to more, because here's my goal. My goal is to get as many people in the United States and the world as exposed to gold and silver as possible. The more people that find out about it, the more people that get hooked, the more people that are protected, the more knowledge gets out about gold and silver, and then maybe we can restore real money to being money and not this paper fiat currency that is literally just worth something because somebody says it to be, right? So that Latin word of fiat, let it be. Let it be into existence. I'm fairly new, been watching all the visual silver. Awesome, good looking. And you guys, if you're new to my channel, I have videos buying gold in the Dubai airport, in the markets of Dubai, Saudi Arabia, West Africa, Ireland, England with backyard bullion, all over the world. So if you've not seen that content, check it out. Egypt, like really cool stuff. I think you guys will like that. International Stacker, maybe I'm not paying enough attention, but do you stack gold or anything else? Freedom Seeds? Yeah, I stack gold. I've got a little bit of gold on this table, but most of my gold is not here, but I'm extremely bullish and majority in silver. That's what I'm really focused on. But I do have some gold. I do have Freedom Seeds and Freedom Seeds dispensers, 100%. I'm a big advocate of that because this is worth a lot of money and I'm gonna protect myself and family should anybody try to take it. Paul Fab saying, this is the best stacking channel by far. Thank you, Paul. You're a man, myth, legend. The Lug saying, I've started watching your travel buying videos. It's awesome content. Thank you, The Lug. It's a fun content to make. And guess what, guys? At the end of August 20th to September 6th, I am flying to Poland. I have a special invitation to the Germania Mint. I'm going to be hanging out at the Germania Mint, shooting all kinds of footage. I'm going to have dinner with the CEO. We're going to talk gold and silver. I'm going to go all the way across Poland, going to all the old shops, buying classic old Polish and other Eastern Bloc country silver. I'm then going to fly to Prague, and I'm going to be in Prague for a large coin show and fair, which is September 5th and 6th, and then I'm back to the United States. And when I'm in Prague, which is the Czech Republic, I'm going to be looking for deals on gold and silver. So I'm going to be all over Eastern Europe, coming up soon. That is going to be epic. I think you guys are going to truly love that content. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Pay me or go to jail, says Lo. That's funny, Lo. They will teach you how to say Germania correctly. Probably. Oh, that would be good, Chris. I need to ask him. So how exactly do I say Germania? Wow, sounds fun. Pray for peace because it's getting kind of crazy, Dave Johnson says. You know what, guys? The world has always been crazy. The only difference is now everyone can see it on this device right in front of you in about 15 seconds, right? So the world has always been crazy, and I would argue we've been in some of the most stable times in the last 100 years. Well, not even 100. Let's say 40. Let's say 30, 40 years, okay? But it seems so much crazier to everybody because we all immediately see if a school bus crashes off a cliff in India, we all immediately know about it, okay? So yes, it's crazy times, which is why you should be prepared, but it's been in the past much crazier, and it probably will in the future get much crazier. So that's why it's good to protect yourself with physical gold and silver. You guys, I work in emergency management. I've done that for years. I've contracted around the world. That's why I was in the Middle East. That's why I was in Dubai. And preparedness, you do not want to be on your roof with a sign saying FEMA help me. You need to be your own first responder. And part of that being prepared is financially. And part of being prepared is emergency food. Put it in the closet, forget about it. It's literally good for 25 years. Hopefully you never need it. If you want a deal on it, you go to preparewithis.com, preparewithis.com. And you can get a great discount on that. My channel gets a kickback from it, and it's the stuff I have. I've got a year's supply of food, emergency food. It's freeze-dried, good for 25 years to protect my friends and family. And I encourage you all to do it too. It's relatively cheap. And guess what? If and when you need it from a hurricane or a prolonged power outage or another beer flu, worldwide pandemic, or whatever the situation is, you're going to be happy you have it. But hopefully you never need it, and it just sits there collecting dust. But if you do need it, it's going to be very important. So preparewithis.com to check that out. And the Streamlabs bot actually just dropped that. No one's coming to help. Learn to rescue self. You got to be your own first responder, okay? Good seeing you, Jimmy. Okay, Paul Fab. IS, did you hear about the government starting the digital currency this September, meaning they will start fading out paper fiat currency? I have not read the bill, Paul Fav, but I believe it was a stable coin that's going to be pegged to the US dollar. And I think they're doing that to revamp the SWIFT system, which is the system to get money across the world that takes days and sometimes weeks, whereas cryptos can do it in seconds and minutes. So I believe that's for stable coins, but it does set up the situation where in the future, it could usher in a digital currency. And you guys, gals, we do not want a digital currency. Here's why. Every transaction will be tracked. So think blockchain. Think if you're at a garage sale and you want to buy or sell something, everything will be tracked. And what does that lead to? Governments always want to tax, right? That's going to be max taxation. So if you go and sell something for cash or buy something for cash, like that's off the books essentially. And I'm not advocating that if the IRS is watching, but that's off the books essentially. If you loan money to a friend, you get it back, whatever. But in the future, if it's a digital currency, it will be 100% tracked, which means you'll be 100% taxed. And like what we saw with the protests up in Canada, the right to assemble a protest is the bedrock of America. Bedrock. And think about if you've got a protest that people don't agree with, and then all of a sudden they can shut off their money. That's coming with the digital currency. You know, the ESG, environmental social guidance. So you could get in a situation where if you have the wrong people in power, they could be like, oh, you've eaten too much beef this month. You're past your carbon footprint. You can't eat anymore. You could get in a situation where, oh, you like firearms and you bought freedom seeds. You guys, I'd like to avoid the words because YouTube censorship, but you've bought too many of those. You've bought too much of this. You've bought too much gas and driven too many miles. It's not far-fetched, and all that can be ushered in if we have a digital currency. So that's why I am totally against it. And thank you everybody for joining. Please smash that like button. I'm gonna take a sip of water here. Oh yeah. I put all my paychecks with cash to be a PIA. Someone has to stand up to the nonsense. Says AKA 47. Go eat, brother. Sis made you dinner. I know, I gotta eat, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please smash the like button. If you just joined, the very first part of the stream was about an acquaintance who put his faith in this, lost over 30%. Lost over 30%. when he should have put his faith in this. Thank you for watching. Smash the like button. Check out my video from yesterday where I interviewed the coin guy. Over 11,000 views in one day. It is raging, and I think you all like it. Anytime you see one of my videos, if you can smash the like, leave a comment. If you watch the video all the way through, even if you just put it in the background, it helps the channel out a lot. And I guess I'll say, catch you on the next one.